Hello racing fans and a warm welcome to Trackside, proudly brought to you by World Sports Betting. Bet with the best, bet with WSB. Well, this weekend is one of those weekends. It is a huge highlight on the South African racing calendar because it's the second leg of the Triple Crown and the Triple Tiara. Well, we were treated to some great racing a month ago. Of course, this Triple Tiara and the Triple Crown is within a space of 3 months. And it takes some doing to win all three legs over 1,600, over 1,800, and of course then the Derby and the Oaks, that's over 2,450 meters. And I said we were treated to some great racing a month ago, where we saw a Lady of Power win the first leg of the Triple Tiara. That's a Wilgerbos Drift SA Guineas. And then it was the WSB World Sports Betting Guineas, which was won by Eye of the Prophet. What a ride that was from Rachel Vinegar to get up and win there. And they both will be vying to win their second leg. And if they do so, then it is a chance to possibly go for everything and go before the last leg. Well, we'll see what happens on Saturday. That's racing at the Big T, where there are lots of feature races to look forward to, and there's R1 million carried over to that Big Six. That estimated pool is R1 million on Saturday at Turffontein. Then we move over to Greyville on Sunday, and we must add that it is Super Saturday from the UAE in Dubai. And that always promises to be a very exciting race meeting. So it is a weekend that we racing fans will be treated to some great action, and hopefully everything falls into place wherever you are playing. What's happening on this show? Well, I haven't given a pick six for the weekend, but what I've done is I've given 3 horses on Saturday and then 3 horses on Sunday. But with the 3 horses that I've given on Saturday, well, I've got 2 backers and the Big Six. So that is why I haven't given one. You can use these 2 backers if you wish, and you can play around in the other 4 legs. But let's begin with our 6 horses to follow for the weekend. And our day will begin at Turffontein, which will be race number 5. And here I'm going with William Robertson. It's a quality field, make no mistake. I mean, this is the World Sports Betting Hawaii Stakes over 1,400 meters. It's a Group 2, and there's lots of horses that will appeal in black and white. But I think the horse that makes the most appeal is William Robertson. He's a talented horse. He's been a talented horse throughout his career. If you can recall, as a juvenile, he actually placed in the Group 1 Premier's Champion Stakes. I think it was Goodfella that won that race over 1,600 meters as a young horse. And then there's a 3-year-old, well, when you pull out his career, he's already won 4 times, and that included the Group 3 Tony Ruffle Stakes. And as a 4-year-old, he's already won twice, including the Joburg Spring Challenge, which is over 1,450 meters. So he showed his well-being last time out because he was given a break back in November by trainer Cornet Spies, and he came out to win fresh over 1,160 meters, and I thought he won really well that day. The way he moved, the way he hit the front, and the way he just disposed of that field, number 4, William Robertson. And I think that is a major plus, a horse that's been given a break, that he's come back, and he's come back well. He's 3 from 3 over the course and distance. He is a 1,400 meter specialist. And you look at the best weighted column, which is usually a guide, but there's quality in this race, and he's marginally ahead of Bingwa, Potro Mansano, and I see MK's Pride and Under Your Spell. They're all featured in the best weighted column. But the one thing that we do know about William Robertson, when we have a look at his rating, is that he's true. He's true of his mark over 1,400 meters. And against this type of field, there will be, competition, as I mentioned. But I think he's the horse that will set the standard over 1,400 meters, and whatever beats him will win. I'm quite confident that he's the right horse against a quality field, and I'm hoping that he can get off to a flying start on Trackside. Number 4, William Robertson, in race number 5. Then race number 6 is one of the top liners. So, the Volgobot of SA Fillies Classic, a Group 1 over 1,800 meters. The other is the World Sports Betting Classic, which is also a Group 1 over 1,800 meters, and it comes up in race number 7. But in this race number 6, there are horses that are going to show huge improvement just going, over this 1,800 meter trip. That I have no doubt. I think there will be form reversals here. But the horse that I think they're all going to have to set their sights on is number 2, Feather Boa. She's got a solid record to date. You can't fault her form in any way. She's a 3-time winner. She's had 5 placings from her 9 starts. And when you look at those places, 4 of them, she's finished in the number 2 box. So it could have been a bit more than 3 wins from 9 starts if she had some luck in the running. Her last 2 runs definitely worth touching on. That penultimate start of hers in the Ipitombi, she was poorly drawn. She was running on smartly. And then last time out in the Fillies Guineas, again, poorly drawn. She was 12 out of the 15 runners, and she came from towards the back of the field in the fastest time, 400, to finish behind what was an enterprising ride on Lady of Power to win that first leg of the Triple Tiara. So this time round, she's got a jockey that got a good feel for her last time out at Richard Fourie. And Richard, he has partnered this horse before, but I say he's got a good feel for her because that was at Turffontein, and how she handled that long run-in. And I think this time round, draw number 4 is not going to be wasted. I can't see her, just being given another patient ride from draw number 4 out of how many runners are running in the field? 12 runners. I can't see at the back of the field again. I think he'll be hoping for a more favorable position as they turn into the straight, because there are horses that can turn on the speed, 400 to finish, but I think none has got the speed that she has shown when her mind's on the job, number 2, Feather Boa. So if everything is going according to plan with the prep leading into this race, we know there have been abandoned meetings up in Joburg. That means there's, work has been lost by all yards. But everything's gone according to plan with the prep. Number 2, Feather Boa. She is no doubt going to be one of the horses in this field that's going to really stakes at 200 meters. It's going to suit her ideally. And I think she is the horse to beat here in race number 6, horse number 2, Feather Boa. Then on to the lucky last, and this will be race number 9, I think it is, or is it race number 10? I've jotted it down. It is race number 10. There are 10 races at Turffontein on Saturday, and this horse should be priced up as a very strong favorite. His name is Jet Dynasty. It's Terry and Fourie to team up. At first time out, there was money for this individual, but it was no show. After being slow away, it was never in the race. Then it was very encouraging to see at his second start why he was fancied on debut. Because again, he was slow away, but he was running on smartly. He ran second, and he confirmed that second with a very good run last time out. I say very good run. He was no match for the winner, Global Impact, but he did stay on best of the rest. A good draw, again staying over 1,600 meters, this time on the stand side track compared to the inside track at Turffontein. And his last start, the way he races, he's nicely drawn, and he's been slow away. He's not been the most alert when the starter says go, but hopefully he jumps on terms. But I just feel against this type of field, trainer Sean Terry has found the ideal, perfect race for him to win, and whatever beats him will win here. Race number 10. Horse number 1, Jet Dynasty. So we're done with Saturday, and then I mentioned number 3 horses on Sunday. And on Sunday, well, it will all begin very early, race number 1 over 1,400 meters. And I'm going for the obvious horse to get us off to a fine start on Sunday. And this filly, well, she is being a bit costly to follow if you've went for her, especially a last start where she was punted to start in the red. She ran well. She's not running badly. She just can't put her head in front. And I think the key to her winning on Sunday is the blinkers. They've gone with the blinkers. to just sharpen her up and put her head in front. And the opposition, well, there is really not much that I can see that will be a serious challenge to her. She makes the most appeal in black and white. There's really nothing that really jumps off the page when I look at the form of the other runners. And I expect it to be priced up in the red. I wouldn't be surprised that if they got a short. But I think she is the horse that will just give us that confidence as we're going into this trackside treble on Sunday. Race number 1, horse number 7, Chelsea Blue. She's the obvious horse, but she is the right horse there in the first. Then I'll move along to the race number 5. Now here I'm expecting this horse to represent some value. Of course, Trackside is always recorded much earlier on in the week, and I don't have any betting as a guide, but race number 5. Now I like a horse here a lot, and I'm expecting this horse to be at a decent price. Number 3, Prince Crash. It's Garrett Van Dale and Athandiwe Mgudla. Athandiwe Mgudla, well, he is riding well. We saw him have a treble recently at Scottsville. He's having winners on a regular basis. And he rides this horse called Prince Crash for a stable that he's engaged for. So he gets to know the horses back home. He gets to do the work, and that is a big plus for me. This individual, Prince Crash, the one thing that will be a negative for most is that he's low in confidence because he hasn't won for 532 days. It's a long time since he's won. But let's try and make a case for him. And I am going to say that after he won 3 in a row, some time back, he won 3 in a row. In fact, in a space of 5 runs when he was going through that form of his career, he won 4 times and he had a second. So he won a hat-trick. He in fact won another race, and he was second in one of them. So in the space of 5 runs, he was bang in form, this horse Prince Crash. So the ability is certainly there. And during that time, his merit rating was pushed up to a 96. And he achieved the 96, but he seemed to battle off that high mark. And he's taken some time, well, 532 days now, since he hasn't won, to come down in the ratings. And he's off a mark where the signs are there last time out that he could be ready to win again as a 5-year-old, because that was a good run behind Wolves of Troy. Showed pace, he tired late. So off this mark of 83, you look at the average ratings that he's been racing against. I mean, it's 104, 93s, 84s, 91s, 83s, 90s. And those are highly competitive races that he's been racing against. And in this race, the average rating is a 79. So it looks like the right race for him, number 3, Prince Crash. He's 1 from 1 over the course and distance. He's only run here once at Greyville on the turf, and it was a win. So number 3, Prince Crash, he'll give you some confidence now that he's racing against this field compared to what he's been racing against. This field, that if he brings his A game and he confirms that good run last time out, he will be highly competitive in this race, and I think he will represent value. Race number 5, horse number 3, Prince Crash. Then in the 6th race, yes, it is the 6th race, I am going with this horse over 1,600 meters, which is a maiden plate for fillies and mares. And I looked at this race, and wow, this is going to be a proper race. I think there's horses here that will definitely make their presence felt, will definitely have strong each-way claims, and I think even the stables of these respective horses that find themselves in the race, they'll go in quite confident. But I think the most confidence that I'm going to give you is for horse number 3, Approachable Lass. Lorenzo Karim and Sereno Woodley will team up. Sereno has partnered this filly at the last 2 starts. Now, firstly, let's look at the draws. 11 out of 12 at Greyville around the turn over 1,200 meters. Then at Greyville on the poly track, that was 7 out of 8. That was over 1,200. Last time out at Scottsville, over 1,400 meters, drawn 12 over 12. So she hasn't had the best of luck in running, or no luck in running from those draws, which have been wide draws. And it's also clear to see that she hasn't been the quickest out the gates. And they've just had to take a sit on her, place her where she's comfortable. She doesn't have the gate speed to match them for early pace and speed. So they've just taken a sit on her, and she's run on in all 3 runs, and she's run on strongly. Her last start in particular, when they tried over 1,400 meters, the position she came from turning to straight, even at the 400-meter mark, I thought she had no right to finish second. She was last at the 400-meter mark, and she finished in the quickest time behind Gabon Kapi. Now she's nicely drawn at 3, and the 1,600-meter trip, I think that is going to be ideal. The way she races, the way she finishes off from draw number 3, which is the best draw that she's got to date. Hopefully she's not that slow away and she doesn't get shuffled back on that inside running rail, because that could be an issue. But I'm hoping that she could possibly, just if she's slightly slow away, if she jumps on turns, that she finds herself sitting midfield or in the first half of the field. I think it'll be no race with the turn of speed that she's got and what we've seen to date, and now going the extra 200 meters. So horse number 3, approachable last days, lots to like about her in race number 6. And I think that if we are running in any of those trebles that will be posted up on the World Sports Betting menu, I'm confident that she is a filly that could deliver in race number 6. And that is a wrap, guys. Well, enjoy all the racing action over the weekend. And I mentioned that I haven't given a pick 6 for Saturday. The reason being, we found 2 bankers. Well, the bankers are William Robertson and, of course, Feather Boa. So you've got 2 bankers in a pick 6 pool that should reach, 6 million plus. All you need to do is try and work out the other 4 legs. And as always, on behalf of World Sports Betting, thanks to all the punters, but more importantly, and more especially, thanks to you, the valued customer. Until next weekend, you take care. Salam Igash.